We won the game, right? The result mattered a lot, given the state of play, given everything that was happening throughout the game. I am happy that Mo Salah got 2 goals, that he has surpassed the record held by Thierry Henry in the past couple of game weeks, and now Frank Lampard. And yeah, but I'm not really convinced with the performance. I think I've been watching many channels online. People are congratulating Liverpool for already winning the league, which I am not really happy about. I think for me, we are yet to embark on the business end of this journey. We have 15 games left in the league. On top of that, we have the Champions League. We've got the Carabao Cup, which is coming on next week. And a performance of this sort does raise a little concern. You have your doubts in today's game as well. I mean, Bournemouth, again, before the game, I thought that it'll be a tough competition for sure. I wasn't expecting us to go on a really high tide and, just controlling the game in their half and all that. I knew it'll be somewhat of an end-to-end fixture, which it was. But still, I expected us to be a little more consistent in our attacking transitions, right? Not losing the ball that often. In the first half as well, you saw that Soboslai wasn't really that settled into the game. On 2 or 3 occasions, he lost the ball really easily. And kudos to the likes of Tyler Adams and Ryan Christie, who exhibited that level of control in the midfield in their own half and tried to progress the ball from there on. But I expected us to be a little more mature on the ball, right? Now, there are a couple of players because of whom I thought our performance was substandard. Again, Trent, we all know what happened in the game. He was liable for 3 errors, which could have led to us conceding heavy chances. In fact, they could have been goals. We could have been 2-0 down, 3-0 down, you never know. Semenyo literally tormented that side of the flank, man. Semenyo is one footballer which I'm really in awe of. He's super young and he's super dynamic, right? There was a moment in the first half when I thought that, okay, now Trent has committed these blunders and we are not really doubling down on Semenyo. So is there a chance that we might bring in a Conor Bradley early on? And in the 60th minute, we saw that Trent had a niggle in his hamstring, and then you had a Conor Bradley come on. And from there on, I think we were quite comfortable, in defending, even though we were still conceding chances. But thanks to the likes of Van Dijk and Alisson, who stood out massively for us defensively. But still, I'm not trying to be negative here, I'm not trying to raise a propaganda which gets me views and all that shit. No, I'm not on that shit at all. I'm not on that trajectory at all. But for me, it is a concern when we are not that fluidic, when we are not that consistent, when we are progressing ahead. And against a team like Bournemouth, which I actually consider titans of the league this season. I think they've been tremendous. They haven't lost a single game after November the 23rd. And this is the first time they've lost in the league or in any overall competition. But when you have chances in hand, the chances that we had, Soboslai taking a shot from the right side, the right channel at the near post, Keba saved that. Salah not able to beat his man. Kirk again a tremendous fullback, 21 years old, not able to beat him 1v1 situations. He couldn't get past him, barring a duel or two. And then raising to the occasion, converting that penalty, which again was really controversial. Lewis Cook did clip Gakpo, and that is how he actually clipped himself. I think that penalty was fair and square, even though the camera angles do not justify the same. But in slow motion, and even when you break the play down, you can clearly see that he was clipped on. So fair and square, we got the penalty, we converted that. And then Salah with that majestic finish, that world-class angle, man. That angle needs to be studied. How do you narrow down such a goal, man? That was tremendous. And he's done it in his time for Liverpool, for sure. But overall, the per 90 performance wasn't really happy. And it happens when one person is letting you down or 2 people are not really performing up to that level. Now, you look at the first half, right? Luis Diaz would come in a deeper position. And by the way, I think he had some world-class touches, some level of skill exhibited in the middle of the pitch to retrieve the ball, right? And then to progress the play from there on, passing the ball to Gakpo and to Mohamed Salah from there on. And then we would get, we would get pounded by the defenders. And to be honest, Bournemouth, I think, a tremendous team, a young, vibrant manager. They've done a tremendous job in this game, man, without a shadow of a doubt. Overall, I felt McAllister was a little not at his pristine levels, which is fine. I mean, it happens. You can't really expect this sort of a performance from him each season on season. But Gravenberg, man, this guy is built on another pedigree altogether. This guy is made of some other metal. Gravenberg was so good with his defensive actions. Even in the first half, when Semenyo and Kurkez were getting onto us, this guy was turning the situation around for us, right? The amount of turnovers that he caused, the amount of trouble that he stirred for the opposition, it was tremendous. Watching him play is always a beautiful sight. Konate again stepping up massively. Time to time, he was acting as the barrier that we needed. Van Dijk, man. Van Dijk saved our brace on so many occasions. He saved our lives on so many occasions when we were being pounded in their attacking transitions, which is where I felt that when it came to Bournemouth, they were more clean in attacking. They were more good with their counter attacking. You know, it's not just Semenyo. It was Kluivert, Otara, and Brooks. The top four, they were so dynamic, they were so quick, and they were so electric near our final third. If it wasn't for Van Dijk, I think we would have easily conceded 3 to 4 goals. Easily. And I'm saying that. And there's no negative agenda here. But I sincerely think that Onslaught does need to work on our defense, right? Now, in a typical fashion, when you're losing the ball near the final third, or our defensive third, I beg your pardon, there is going to be some momentum with the opposition, and especially with the dynamism that the front four share, we will concede chances. This is not going to be a cakewalk. Obviously, this team is amazing. In that circumstance, what was I seeing? What was my assessment of the team? I saw Alisson short blocking. I saw Van Dijk, Konate stepping up. I saw Robertson stepping up today. Robertson defensively was good, but offensively, he was adding that extra man's presence ahead. This guy was surging ahead. He drove the ball really well, carried the ball really well. There were 2-3 transitions where I was so pleased with the way he was working the ball, working the pitch around. Literally dribbled past Brooks, Kluivert, and Christie on one occasion, and passed the ball down to Gakpo. And even Gakpo, to be honest, I think he wasn't up to his level today, and I don't really blame him for that. I think he's been playing game in, game out for us. We recently came back from the Champions League fixture against PSV, which we lost, and Gakpo played a major role in that game too. But yeah, I mean, today's performance was a definite letdown for me. Wasn't convinced at all. In fact, I am of the belief that given the state of play, even if it was end to end, given the chance creation, given the chances that we conceded, Kluivert missing a sitter, right? That sitter that he missed, I thought this is the end. This is where they turn the situation around. And he missed that. He skied the ball, right? And there were so many different chances that we could have conceded. So I just thought, sincerely, I thought that Liverpool had the underhand. We were on the road, and I just feel Bournemouth honestly deserved to get a point out of this, right? And I think we are lucky that we got the 3 points. But Trent Alexander-Arnold's situation needs to be addressed. It needs to be heavily emphasized on. We need to ensure that he sorts his defensive conundrums out, because we cannot afford to have another performance of this sort. The momentum of the team goes down. Specifically in the first half, I solely blame Soboslai and Alexander-Arnold. If it wasn't for the blaring mistakes that they were making, I think we would have had a goal or two, or maybe a chance creation of sorts. So this is a true and an honest assessment of what I felt happened on the pitch today. Let me know what you feel in the comment section down below. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and if you like my content, do leave a like on this video.